We love hip hop.
Before I started this video, I saw something here from Dogpack 404. One second. Let me pull this up here on the screen. Randy's over here crying, so he might want some food, so I'm going to have to feed him. Here we go. Mr. Beast's secret CEO.
I wanted to put all the SA allegations into one video, part 3, final video until Jimmy responds at least.
Okay. So just to give you guys a quick update on this. This guy, Dogpack 404, he put out a video 2 videos ago where he was exposing Mr. Beast for a lot of these videos being fake, being CGI, having fake characters, using family members instead of real contestants. Just some super really crazy expose shit. Okay. And this is right off the heels of one of Mr. Beast's employees or Jimmy's employees, Ava Chris Tyson, right? I don't want to misgender the person. Ava Chris Tyson having some wild allegations that came out about her with, essay or more like just weird shit to do with, lolly artwork and all types of just stuff that I just don't want to go down that wormhole. Okay. That happened. And then Dogpack dropped a video exposing Mr. Beast for foul practices, even with the contest and getting signatures on merchandise of that is supposed to be Mr. Beast. They exposed that in the video. It was pretty crazy. Part 2 came out and they talked about he interviewed a former Mr. Beast employee, and in that interview, that employee, even though he was kind of loopy, he was telling some wild shit about different stories about a guy who they had on their staff that they called Delaware. This guy, Delaware, had an SA case that had to do with a 12-year-old or something like that. Wild shit. And the reason that they were allegedly calling him Delaware is because he couldn't go back to Delaware. They cleared that up. They didn't call him Delaware because he couldn't go back to Delaware. They just called him that because he's from Delaware. But nonetheless, he is still a PDF file. So that got exposed in part 2. Since then, Mr. Beast has not responded. He's going through some legal issues or some problems when it comes to his whole Amazon production of the Beast games. Some people are trying to sue him right now for some of the things that are happening on the Beast games as far as inhumane conditions. So this brings us up to date with the whole Mr. Beast news. All right. Sorry to long talk it, but I had to make sure to clear up everything for the people who don't know about this type of shit. So Mr. Beast hasn't responded to anything Dogpack has said in these 2 videos. The 2 videos are still existing on YouTube. They have millions and millions of views on them. And here we are now, part 3.
I sort of overestimated how easy that would be as far as like getting everything approved with victims and lawyers, and like also traditional media is involved. They've been DMing me, New York Times, Time Magazine, also like documentary people. I don't know. You're like, hey, I've worked with Netflix and Hulu and Apple TV and Peacock. Are you interested? And I'm like, I don't know, but I think people should go to those more legitimate sources to get their stories out. So I've been referring people to other people because traditional has, more resources than I do and better legal protections than I do for sure. I do have sort of that bigger project, the original part 3. And I have a lot of other interviews and other allegations that
Wait.
So
original part 3. So this is not part 3. This is just a video. Interesting. So he hasn't been able to put out part 3.
I have something for when Mr. Beast responds. If his response is bad, then I can sort of point out, hey, he lied here and he deflected and straw man argument or whatever, as well as like dropping new allegations and doing it in an opportune way so that they get the most eyeballs. But yeah, I just wanted to say this is just around sort of one allegation. Also, everything in this video is allegedly. This video is not monetized. It's for educational purposes only. This is matters of public interest. I'll put a full disclaimer on the screen.
It's not monetized? Jesus Christ. 3 hours, 148,000 views, and it's not monetized? You're smoking crack.
But yeah, here's the video. Okay, today I'm going to be covering Mr. Beast's secret CEO, James Warren, and his involvement in SA and SA cover-ups, like the one including his best friend, LaKoya Hill, who also happens to be Mr. Beast's secret chief operating officer, or was. And then I want to touch on the man himself, Jimmy Donaldson. Mr. Beast has very publicly and transparently been engaging in a massive cover-up, deleting a lot of evidence. And I think a lot of this cover-up is going sort of completely under the radar. We're not even aware of what's being swept under the rug, and they're getting away with hiding and deleting evidence. After I called out James Warren by name in my last video, his Instagram and Facebook got taken down, and his LinkedIn got taken down. So quick profile on James Warren. He's Jimmy's cousin and secret CEO. And I say secret because, you know, they're not very open about that fact. Like he doesn't post about it on social media. It wasn't ever attached to his LinkedIn. He's never featured or really referenced anywhere. I heard that he's very aggressive. I've heard him referred to as a psychopath.
This guy looks scary.
Who screams at people and hits his girlfriends.
Yikes.
There's allegedly domestic violence charges that were filed against him. And I say allegedly because it turns out there's a lot of people in North Carolina named James Warren who assault their girlfriends, I guess. So, colleague that resulted in the female colleague leaving the company and receiving.
Mr. Beast's video caused a military operation.
James Warren, also allegedly an ex-drug addict.
What?
And there's allegedly domestic violence charges that were filed against him. And I say allegedly because it turns out there's a lot of people in North Carolina named James Warren who assault their girlfriends, I guess. So I'm still having people looking at these cases, specifically that surprise witness on YouTube. She's been super helpful in like behind the scenes, just submitting freedom of information requests and just helping me out a lot in general. She's super nice, super smart. She'll be posting a lot of updates on her channel, as she has been about the Mr. Beast situation.
Mr. Beast's video caused a military operation.
James Warren, also allegedly an ex-drug addict. I've heard that he offered cocaine and hookers to editors to stay late. And then the really big thing is that there was some incident between him and a female colleague that resulted in the female colleague leaving the company and receiving 3 years in severance pay. I'm still actively looking into this incident, so if you have information, let me know. But I've heard from multiple credible sources that this is true and this did happen. Also, I should quickly clarify that a lot of this investigation is allegedly.
Okay, let me stop for a second. Because this guy's trying hard to bring down Mr. Beast, but I feel like the more videos that he puts out, the less strength that his argument has. It's starting to seem like a lot of allegedly. And yes, this does look a little weird that he has a guy that's a part of his team, another guy, another one that's part of his team that's engaging these type of activities. But I don't know how much I can believe this guy. I feel like he seems like he's honest, but now I'm trying to figure out what his angle is, because he's saying that these are for educational purposes only. So your just main goal is to bring down Mr. Beast for the better of humanity. It sounds good, but I feel like he might have his own ulterior motives. And then when that happens, then the waters get muddy. I'm not saying I don't believe him. Some of those other videos, they have some real good shit, but like now you're just pulling at everything you can find. Like, hey, did you know this about Mr. Beast? Did you know this? Did you know this? Did you know this? And if the shit is true, you don't want to make it sound like now you're just pulling at straws. You know what I'm saying?
Stone Ventures LLC, which is one of the businesses listed in this indictment.
Let's get to something else in here. What else you got? What's this here? Ooh, who's this?
Get into that he conducted with LaKoya Hill. I personally believe that when he was working with Mr. Hutchins, he was in similar company. I think the COO of acquisitions would know and be sort of responsible for properties not being properly acquired through the court system. But again, that's my opinion. That's all allegedly. Now on to his alleged best friend, LaKoya Hill. They both went to UNC Chapel Hill together, and they both, after graduating, got into real estate. But by 2017, LaQuia Hill was running an adult entertainment event business in San Francisco called LaQuia Hill Entertainment. Then in 2019, he was hired to MrBeast as a producer.
That's the Chris Ava Tyson guy before he transformed.
Our party evolved into this place where, you know, you have the drag queens, the muscle daddies, the bears, the twinks, the like posh boys.
Now, I'm all for personal freedoms. I believe adults should be able to do whatever they want. However, I question what qualified the sort of go-go dance drag daddy of San Francisco for a job producing YouTube content for children.
Good question. Yikes. Weird.
You know, it'd also be weird if MrBeast hired Johnny Sins as the janitor, I guess. It's not the real issue, though. The issue is that in late 2021, he was allegedly fired for sexually assaulting his assistant. Now, I put fired in quotation marks because he was actually quietly moved to the dubbing company, which was Unilingo at the time. Here is proof that he used the LaQuia at unilingo.tv email, links back to him, links to these photos, one of which was the profile picture for his YouTube channel, which also after my first.
So he's got 1, 2, 3 PDF files on his team. Nasty work.
LaQuia Hill, the current COO. In 2021, he had an assistant,
okay, who's next?
But they worked there a while ago. My connection's close to MrBeast, and I said, hey, LaQuia Hill, this is a single frame in my first video where I reference LaQuia. He's also in my Twitter header. And I've also just told people who work at MrBeast that they have to let LaQuia Hill go. So they did what I wanted and let him go, right? Well, just on a whim, I decided to look into the Creator Global LinkedIn, and it had gone private to where everyone just shows up as a LinkedIn member, right? But I saw this, L, LinkedIn member, president of Creator Global. I thought, you know what, that's a little suspicious. So I reached out to one of my connections close to MrBeast and I said, hey, can you look into this account for me? Because sometimes if you have connections, you can see private LinkedIn accounts. And this is what they saw. LaQuia Hill listed as the current president at Creator Global. No work history between graduating UNC in May 2001 and becoming the president at Creator Global in 2024. Dude, this is like the 3-cup game where you got to like keep track of the pets and rate this as MrBeast just moves them between companies.
They just sort of.
Oh, snap. That's crazy. Salute to Raymond Reed, yo. That is nasty work. So you never fired this guy? This dude's gotta respond, bro. MrBeast, man. Like, this is kind of hurting me still. Not to say that I'm a big consumer of MrBeast's content, because like this guy says, MrBeast's content is for kids, right? Jay Molly wants to know how long it is. It's 27 minutes. I'm not going to play the whole thing because I feel it's kind of witch hunty, but at the same time, he is bringing up some people that if these guys are hired to MrBeast, you got 3 PDF files on your team. One that he fired, the Delaware guy. And then this other James whatever dude, I guess they got rid of him too. But this third guy, they moved him to a different company. And you got the Chris Ava Tyson guy, from girl from before. Sorry, Ramon. My bad. Yeah, MrBeast. I estimate that he's gonna start losing money soon. Like people are gonna start backing out when it comes to the people who are endorsing his giving him endorsements and stuff. Low key, there's at the gas station I'd be seeing those what do you call those? Feastables. The chocolate bars. I think I might have to buy like 2, 3 of those Feastables and put them somewhere in a cool storage so that they never melt down. Cause I think they might take that shit off the market soon. if any of these things start to turn into lawsuits at some point, actually, none of these are lawsuits because hiring a PDF file isn't illegal. It's just it's just bad.
Kept moving them around, like those killer whales at sea.
But LaKoya had presented a bunch of
to just decide a past sexual encounter wasn't consensual. First day, light, and more people will definitely come out defending me, saying, hey, this is true. These allegations are true. This is all true. Allegedly, in my opinion, for legal reasons. Okay, now let's move on to the man himself, Jimmy Donaldson.
Oh, no, not Jimmy.
This testimony from another former Mr. Beast employee just to show sort of the work culture, especially from a female's perspective. She says, on my very first day, I was told to avoid being alone in a room with certain people in positions of power. At least once a week, I was subjugated to inappropriate questions and conversations. Once a male coworker asked me what I would do if Jimmy assaulted or harassed me. On another occasion, this same coworker said it wasn't fair that women could just decide a past sexual encounter wasn't consensual. Many of the men I worked with would make assault and jokes on a daily basis. They would scream and hit walls when they got upset. The minute any woman leaves a room, they would talk about if/how they would fuck her. I've heard men comment on female.
Hold on. Where are you getting? Who's giving this information here? I don't want to be a Mr. Beast sympathizer, but this is a lot.
Contestants' bodies many times. Not everyone behaves this way, but no one openly speaks out against it in fear of losing their job. If you complain about any of this, you'll be shamed for being too sensitive or just ignored. You can't take anything to HR either because Jimmy's mom runs it. It's pretty common for people to essentially get...
Oh, yeah, by the way, Jimmy's mom is the human resources person.
paid to leave and stay quiet if they make enough noise about something. There is no employee handbook, by the way. If you ask for one or what the company's policies are, they just...
Like when they were hiring the Delaware guy, and they mentioned this in the last video, they had to go get clearance, and this is all allegedly. I'm not trying to get sued by this nigga neither. This Delaware guy, the other PDF file that they had hired, they had to go in front of Jimmy and his mom and explain some of the stuff of why he was on his charges from back in the days. And, you know, they accepted it and said, all right, cool, you're hired. So when it comes to some of the debauchery that's allegedly been going down over there at Mr. Beast, the company Mr. Beast, I guess his mom is complicit in some of this activity. Got to watch out for Mr. Beast's, for Jimmy's mom. Jesus.
Just tell you to ask them and they'll let you know if anything is against the rules. But again, there's nothing in writing, which is true. The leaked document is just the production manual, not given to all employees. Here's another testimony. This person will go on the record. This is Jess, who accused Ava Chris Tyson of sexual assault. I think her case has been sort of mostly ignored because she wasn't a minor when it happened. But she was a Mr. Beast employee, and you can see in her evidence, in her communications with the company, the clear signs of a cover-up. You can see them like threatening her with legal action and emails and saying like, oh, we're going to have a law firm investigate.
All right, enough, buddy. Get to the meat and potatoes. Pause.
Another talent member on a private jet, and talent members / employees making advances towards contestants was a regular occurrence. The reason all of this was able to happen for so long is because Jimmy is deeply misogynistic and only respects what he considers to be traditional women. He pushed those values into the company when he created it, and it resulted in
several... they're going to try to get him on the...
SA allegations we know about, and probably a lot more we don't know yet. Which I will say, a lot of the SA allegations are still not public. Like, man, just fire James Warren and LaKoya Hill. Fire them. Don't just move them around. Or I'm going to start...
Okay, enough. Holy shit, man. And this is not even part 3. This is supposed to be the prelude to part 3. I'm asking in a poll here, should Jimmy respond? 83% is saying yes. 17% is saying no. I think he should respond at this point. Maybe not in particular to just this dog pound guy, but he should do a full response that encapsulates everything, like the dog pound allegations, the mistreatment allegations that have been going on the scene on the Amazon production, the other things that people were talking about in some of the other Beast games where some woman was talking about she was mentally distressed, and just everything that people are trying to pile on to him right now. Take a whole list of all that shit right there, and then just do one press conference, or I don't know. Don't just get on Instagram. It got to be more than just getting on Instagram. Like, we need to actually hear Jimmy speak. Make a YouTube video for the main channel. That's what I want to see. Make a YouTube video on the main channel apologizing, or not even apologizing. You might not have anything to apologize for, okay? And I'm talking to Jimmy Donaldson, who I doubt will see this. But if you do, hey, because it kind of sucks that people are trying to bring this guy down, because he has done a lot of good things. You know, giving sight to people, building wells, all these different things. And if I find out some of those things are fake, bro, then that's just going to really piss me off, man. Because I don't care if like the Beast game videos or whatever are fake. Okay, who cares? It's entertainment. But if the building wells is some fake shit, or giving sight to 2,000 people with some fake shit, then I don't know. I can't rock with you, bro. But you got to respond to everything. Don't even mention the Dog Pack 404 guy. Just make it like you're just responding because you heard that people have been talking, and you're obviously on the internet. You are Mr. Beast. You're the biggest YouTuber out of all of the YouTubers, bro. So obviously you seen the YouTube videos about you. If I go in on YouTube right now and I just put in Mr. Beast, obviously because he has a crazy SEO, his videos will pop up first. Okay? But then look what pops up next. Mr. Beast just got exposed again. Honestly, dude, I'm done, LMAO. Okay? An idiot's guide to Mr. Beast's scandal. 5 days ago, the enemies of Mr. Beast speak out. The crazy deleted Mr. Beast exposed video. You gonna act like you ain't seen this, bro? Come on, dog. Come on, dog. Look at this one right here. The worst Mr. Beast allegations yet. And then, hey, 7 days stranded on an island. Nigga, we don't care. My algorithms is showing me something different, bro. It's showing me you need to talk. If I'm Mr. Beast, I don't even want to open the YouTube app. Trust this. I'm not even opening the app of what I contribute content to, where I make my money from. Because if I open the app to go check out my own videos, go check on some of my shit, let me see what the numbers are doing, I got to go past 50 other videos calling me the worst demon in the world. The only way you're going to be able to quell that is if you respond, my guy. Purple Gorillas just made a good point right here. Says he needs a CNN sit-down interview. He can get that. Bro, how many subscribers this nigga got? He has 300 million subscribers. He's bigger than CNN. So that would be one of the perfect places for, he can get on a huge news outlet and sit down and just do a sit-down interview, have brilliant production, and say, yeah, man, this is what's really going on. Let me address the haters. Because right now, my guy, you are looking shady under the light. And I'm trying to like Mr. Beast. But even watching this third video right here, yeah, I'm going to need a response, my guy. I don't even know how to say. I would love to say salute Mr. Beast in ending this, but bruh, salute pending. Okay, bro? Salutes are pending.
We love hip hop.